All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. It is a great day to be a Chicago Bears fan because about 24 hours ago, the Chicago Bears officially hired offensive coordinator Shane Waldron. Now, in Waldron, the Bears get, in my opinion, a very good offensive mind. I think, he wasn't even really supposed to be in this situation, but then the whole Pete Carroll situation happens in Seattle, and this guy was highly sought out across the National Football League. And I love that the Chicago Bears got their guy. They wanted him and they got him, and it was all a relatively quick process. I think Shane Waldron completely changes everything for the Chicago Bears. Now, obviously, you need a quarterback. Obviously, you need playmakers. You need a competent offensive line. You need a lot of things. But having a skilled and versatile and creative offensive coordinator, it makes all the difference in the world. Look at Todd Monken right now with the Baltimore Ravens. I mean, they're probably about to go win the Super Bowl. So Shane Waldron comes from the Shanahan tree, the Sean McVay branch, and he's worked with Bill Belichick, Mike Shanahan, McVay, Carroll. He's innovative. He has, most importantly here, this is what we talked about all season when we wanted Luke Getsy gone. He has play calling experience. He's worked with quarterbacks like Kirk Cousins, Jared Goff, Russell Wilson, and then in his last 2 years in Seattle, Geno Smith. Geno Smith literally went from, I hate using the word bust, but like Geno Smith's NFL career as far as being a starter was well over. This dude comes in right after Russell Wilson with Shane Waldron, and he wins Comeback Player of the Year. And he throws for 30 touchdowns and only 11 interceptions. And so we'll talk a little bit about that later on in the video. But before we do, if you guys enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. Bears fans, we do post a ton of Bears content on this channel. So if we could try and get this video to 100 likes, that would mean the absolute world to me. So, after firing Luke Getsy, Ryan Poles, Matt Eberflus, they want to bring in an offensive coordinator who's got the experience. He's going to be a good teacher. He's going to be a leader. He's going to create explosive plays. He's going to, most importantly, know how to tailor his scheme and his way of attacking that complements your players, that complements your quarterback and the playmakers on your roster. So I don't think this move necessarily has anything to do with, oh, this means they're going to draft Caleb Williams. Oh, this means they're going to trade Justin Fields. They just got the most competent dude available. Either way, it's going to work out. All right. And I've not been this excited for a Bears offensive coordinator probably ever. Once again, because Pete Carroll's departure, Shane Waldron is available. And the Bears actually got him. And some way, somehow, I went like several hours not even knowing this existed. This is a huge ass deal. So from 2021 to 2023, Shane Waldron, the offensive coordinator for the Seattle Seahawks, the Seahawks offense trailed only the San Francisco 49ers, the Green Bay Packers with Aaron Rodgers and Matt LaFleur, the Buffalo Bills, and the Kansas City Chiefs in EPA per play on early downs. He also has a proven history of dialing up explosive plays. From 2021 to 2023, the Seahawks had an explosive pass rate of 14%, which was good for 9th in the league, and an explosive run rate of 14.5%, which also ranks 5th in the league. During that time, the Seahawks were also 5th in yards per play at 5.5. So also don't be surprised if now the Chicago Bears go out there and acquire some free agents from the Seattle Seahawks. I think like Kobe Parkinson's going to be a free agent, Phil Haynes. And yeah, it's going to be curious to see if they bring, or which former Seahawks players they decide to bring on over to the Chicago Bears. But, this is just, I was so happy when I saw this news. I just actually couldn't believe it. I think it's so much better than Cliff Kingsbury. Cliff Kingsbury, for me personally, was a name I was, interested in. I do get worried that he becomes a little bit stale and opposing defenses kind of, adjust to him. And I don't know if Cliff's necessarily proven at a consistent level that he's able to adjust. Adjusting is, half the battle and calling offensive plays in a game. But this is just, I don't think it could get any better than this. The Chicago Bears wanted him. They got him. And I think Kevin Warren and Ryan Poles are doing a phenomenal job at just cutting dead weight loose when they see fit. The Bears have made a ton of organizational moves recently, and it just has me amped up. It really does. This is something I haven't, this sense of urgency from the Chicago Bears is not something I feel like I've really honestly ever seen from this organization. So I love it. Now, what does that mean for Justin Fields? I gotta be honest with you guys, and this is something we've been talking about a lot. I think Justin Fields should be QB1 for the Chicago Bears next season, but I don't know if he will be. I think as the days go by, I mean, we've only been done with the regular season. We've only been in technically the offseason for a couple of weeks now. I don't think it's looking good for Justin. I will say, I think bringing back Matt Eberflus was big. I think if they decided to let go of Eberflus, that would mean they were just going to re-gut uh, the quarterback position. I do also think you have guys like Jalen Johnson and DJ Moore just kind of all season really, but especially once the season ended. Like, I don't know, I don't know why Justin Fields gets such a bad rap. We love him. We're united around him. We all believe in him. We know he can play, and we started getting some wins here. I'm excited to see what our future brings. The Chicago Bears, once again, and we talk about this in every Bears video, are in a really good position, man. You're just in a really good position. You have options, and it feels like it's something the Bears team has not had for many off seasons as of late. And you're coming off a season where you won 3 games and you bounce back and you win 7. It's definitely something to build off. The addition of Montez Sweat. Once again, we get back to that sense of urgency. I think Ryan Poles specifically has done such a good job at just, we need change, right? We need change. So what does that change need to be? And once you know what that change needs to be, you get that change done. So I'm excited. You got the #1 pick in the draft. We talk about it. We'll continue to talk about it all for the next, like, probably entire month of February here. We're not going to know. We're not going to learn anything new. Everything's pretty much going to be smoke and mirrors. But you have the first pick. You have 2 picks in the top 10. I do think as well, just kind of going back to the Justin Fields proposition, I think from the GM standpoint and from the Bears organizational standpoint, if you actually get an offer, let's say the Atlanta Falcons with the 8th pick in the NFL draft, if the Atlanta Falcons actually offer up the 8th pick, a top 10 pick for Justin Fields, I do think he will get traded. But you're going to hear rumblings, you're going to hear murmurs that Atlanta's interested in him, Vegas is interested, Pittsburgh's interested, maybe even New England, or not New England's interested. The Titans could be interested. A lot of teams seem to be interested in Justin Fields, and we've made way too many videos just talking about, oh, well, if he's so bad, why does every other team that desperately needs a quarterback, why do they all of a sudden want this guy? It's just, that's a whole thing for a different day. Nonetheless, you've got a ton of money in cap space. You have a ton of draft capital, specifically in the top 10. And most importantly, you have the #1 pick, or actually most importantly, now you have your guy. You have your offensive coordinator in Shane Waldron. And what I love about him and what I need the Chicago Bears to start getting into more is passing. He had a pass rate of 60%. And it's just the new era. It's the new generation of football. You got to be able to throw the ball. Running's it's still important, but it's not as crazy as important as it was, say, maybe 10, 15 years ago. So I'm excited about this. We'll continue to talk about it as the week and as the offseason goes on. So be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. And most importantly, especially from my Bears fans, let me know your thoughts on the Shane Waldron hire.